Brothers and sisters, thanks for joining. Hey, today I saw a story in the Daily Mail featured one of my favorite swimmers, Riley Gaines. And so given that, I thought we would talk about the story. Let's do it. Daily Mail, December 15th, 2024. Riley Gaines tears into spelling bee for allowing alternative spelling of common word. Okay, wonder what Riley's mad about. Former Kentucky swimmer and vocal anti-trans activist Riley Gaines has torn into the Scripps National Spelling Bee for what she sees as a surrender to fabricated issue in gender politics. I'm not sure it's a surrender, but let's go ahead. Gaines expressed outrage after it was revealed that the competition's study list for third graders includes the word women as an alternative spelling for the word woman. Okay, I see why she's upset now. The word women, a spelling that originated in feminist movements as an effort to distance the term from the perceived association with the word man. Yeah, this is just extreme left-wing feminists wanting to erase men. They hate men, and anything to do with men has to go. It's a crazy world we live in. Gaines blasted the decision by the spelling bee organizers, appearing on a Fox News broadcast, framing the decision as a symptom of broader cultural decline. Yeah, I agree with that. How lucky are we to live in the United States of America, where the spelling of women, never mind the definition, has become a national debate, she said, sounding exasperated. Yeah, liberals are famous for not knowing what a woman is. There is actually a movie on that that's pretty good. What is a woman? If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's hilarious. These are fabricated issues created by people who believe they're marginalized or oppressed, who I believe, quite frankly, want to be oppressed, when in reality, they live in the greatest nation in the entire world. So totally manufactured outrage. Scripps claims that the women variant, I don't even know how to say that anymore. I guess women. I just say it as women, I guess, of the word is from Meriam Webster's unabridged dictionary, which the competition uses for its official lexicon. Indeed, the dictionary lists women as a spelling used in some feminist contexts. Here's one of their spelling bee kind of cheat sheets, and they've got preferred spelling and alternative spelling. So I don't understand. Okay, it's just me, and I get that that spelling bee people have to use one dictionary, but why do we allow alternative spellings? Then really all bets are off. We should be just using the primary spelling that's used by most people, because otherwise, is it a spelling bee contest if there's multiple answers? There should just be one way to spell stuff in a language. Come on, guys. Tell me in the comments if I'm wrong about this. This is more than just that. There's definitely an agenda here. Someone at the spelling bee organization wanted to get into the culture war, so they wanted to include the spelling of women in their study guide. They did it on purpose. It's part of the radical left's push to indoctrinate children. Pretty much all of the schools now, universities and high schools and elementary schools in America, are all run by liberals. I understand people that are liberal tend to want to go into education more than conservatives. Fully get that. But they need to stay neutral in politics with kids. And this is not being neutral in politics. They're really pushing their left-wing agenda here by changing the spelling. And so they're getting kids to start thinking about these things at too young an age. We should not be having this debate in third grade. This is a third grade study guide. My third grade teacher, Miss Clark at Lake and Heath Elementary School, would not have liked this, I'm sure. I had a hard time spelling. She told me my mom wasn't allowed to help me spell because she actually spelled with British English. So it was a problem. But I digress. Again, this is just the culture war. It's disingenuous for them to say, oh, we're just doing it because it's in the Meriam Webster dictionary. This is the same kind of thing that journalists do now. One journalist will tell a lie. They'll write a story and tell a lie. Then when they do that, what happens? Other journalists pick up the story and say, oh yeah, it's been corroborated that there's several stories out there. They're all writing about the same base story. This is the same kind of thing that happened with Donald Trump and ABC. ABC just settled the lawsuit and paid Donald around $16 million, mostly for his library and the rest for legal fees. But it was all around ABC claimed that Donald Trump had been convicted of rape in civil court. That was a lie. It was not true. And that's what the settlement was just about. But other papers and lots of left leaning personalities in both the media and politics were all talking about Donald Trump was a rapist. No, he wasn't. He was found guilty of sexual assault. In that case, I think is a little questionable as well. I did an opinion piece on that. You guys can take a look at that in my catalog. This is the same as that. Left-wing ideologues also control Meriam Webster, so they put that alternative spelling in there because some of these radical feminists want that, but the majority of people don't want this. And the majority of people don't want their kids in elementary school in third grade being introduced into the culture wars. It's too young. These are topics we should be having in maybe high school and college, maybe. We can debate when that is, but it's definitely not third grade. We don't need to be teaching little girls and little boys that men are bad in third grade. Scripps has defended its choice to include the word, emphasizing that any spelling not marked as archaic or obsolete in the Merriam-Webster dictionary is allowed to be used in the competition. In building our study lists, we aim to include alternate spellings for any words that have them listed in Merriam-Webster, a Scripps spokesperson said. The Merriam-Webster Unabridged Dictionary is the final authority and sole source for the spelling of words offered in the competition, but Gaines, who gained national attention for her vocal opposition to trans swimmer Leah Thomas, sees the inclusion of women as part of a deeper cultural issue. Drawing parallels to other high-profile cultural controversies, she also referenced the backlash over Budweiser's collaboration with trans influencer Dylan Mulvaney in 2023, dismissing it as another example of corporate pandering. Gaines mockingly described Mulvaney as a man who they dressed as Audrey Hepburn. I don't know if they dressed him as Aubrey Hepburn. I think he did that to himself because that got him clicks on Twitter. But that's a different thing. No, yeah, I completely agree with her for the most part. Riley Gaines got famous in the U.S. because she famously is one of the girls who stood next to Leah Thomas on the podium after he beat them. And the unfairness of that was pretty crazy. I think it's gone so far now that in swimming, biological male swimmers are no longer allowed to compete against biological females. I believe that's true, at least in America. I don't know for sure everywhere. And I think Riley Gaines here was really the poster child for making that happen. People just looked at it and it was unfair. This man who was over 6 foot tall beat these two what looked like little girls compared to him. They were big. They're big women, but compared to him, it was just it was a travesty. Yep, Dylan Mulvaney in the Bud Light moment. Yeah, here's the picture. So Riley Gaines tied with trans woman Leah Thomas. So trans women, that translates to man. That's a biological man with long hair. That's 100%. If you don't like it, tell me so in the comments. If you really don't like it, definitely don't subscribe. That's fine. But that's a dude, guys. And that dude should not be competing with biological women in a physical sport. It's just not right. And I believe the Swimming Federation agrees with me. The alternative spelling also sparked a hypothetical scenario from Gaines, who questioned how a child in the competition would respond to being asked to define women. Imagine a kid getting the word women and asking for a definition. It would be this beautiful full circle moment because those with little to no common sense have not been able to answer the question for years now. While Gaines's belief, the inclusion of the word is part of a broader cultural issue, scripturally, the inclusion of women is neither a political statement nor an attempt to wade into the contentious discussions of gender discourse. It absolutely is. So no, Scripps, you guys are really hiding behind, oh, it's not our fault. Look over there. It's the dictionary. We're just doing what's in the dictionary. You guys know what you were doing. You decided, someone in your organization decided to wade into the culture war, and now you're there, and you've made yourself a big topic, and I don't think it's a good thing. All right, folks. Thanks. If you like this, like and subscribe. If you didn't like it, don't subscribe. Tell me what you thought in the comments. Bye.